Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today I'm sharing my list of the top 30 perfect 10 out of 10 games on Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. These are games that I think are absolutely amazing and deserve full marks. Every game on this list is something I can recommend without any doubt. Let's jump right in. Hollow Knight Silksong on Nintendo Switch delivers everything fans loved about the original while expanding the world and gameplay in incredible ways. You play as Hornet, a swift and agile warrior who finds herself in the mysterious kingdom of Farloom, a place full of secrets, ancient cities, and dangerous wilds. Exploration is at the heart of the game, with beautifully hand-drawn environments connected by hidden paths, shortcuts, and secrets that make every discovery feel rewarding. Combat is fast and fluid, with Hornet using a mix of silk-based abilities, agile strikes, and crafted tools that keep every fight exciting and tactical. The game features over 200 enemies and more than 40 bosses, each offering unique challenges that push your skills. On top of that, there are quests to complete, rare items to find, and mysteries to uncover, giving endless reasons to keep playing. The mix of atmosphere, challenge, and exploration makes Silksong one of the best games you can play on Switch. Astral Chain is set in a future where humanity lives in a massive city called the Ark, protected from dangerous creatures called chimeras that come from another dimension. You play as a rookie police officer who gets a special weapon called a Legion, basically a tamed chimera that fights alongside you. The combat system is unique because you control both your character and your Legion at the same time. You can have your Legion attack enemies while you fight them from another angle, or use the chain connecting you two to tie up enemies. The game mixes action combat with detective work, where you investigate crimes and talk to people. There are 5 different types of Legions to unlock, each with their own special abilities. The story follows your character and twin sibling as you uncover a conspiracy within the police force. It's got great anime-style graphics and really smooth gameplay. Kirby and the Forgotten Land takes our pink hero to a post-apocalyptic world where nature has taken over abandoned cities and malls. Kirby gets sucked through a portal and must save the Waddle Dees who have been captured by the Beast Pack. This is Kirby's first full 3D adventure, and the camera follows behind Kirby as he explores levels instead of the usual side-scrolling view. You can still copy enemy abilities by inhaling them, but now there's a new power called Mouthful Mode, where Kirby swallows huge objects like cars, vending machines, or light bulbs to gain special powers. The levels are full of hidden Waddle Dees to rescue and secret areas to find. You can upgrade your copy abilities at Waddle Dee Town, which grows bigger as you save more Waddle Dees. The co-op mode lets a second player join as Bandana Waddle Dee. It's an easy game that anyone can enjoy, with colorful graphics and classic Kirby charm. Blasphemous 2 continues the story of the penitent one in the cursed land of Custodia, where religious imagery mixes with dark fantasy. You wake up in a strange new area and must find 3 weapons to stop a new curse from spreading. The game is a Metroidvania where you explore interconnected areas, gaining new abilities that let you reach previously blocked paths. Combat uses a mix of sword attacks, dodging, and parrying, with timing being really important against tough enemies. You can equip different prayer beads and rosary beads to customize your character's abilities and stats. The platforming includes wall jumping, sliding, and using special altars to warp between areas. Boss fights are challenging and require learning attack patterns. The pixel art is incredibly detailed, and the story deals with themes of guilt, redemption, and faith. You'll solve environmental puzzles and find hidden secrets throughout the dark, atmospheric world. It's definitely harder than most games on this list, but very rewarding. Stardew Valley starts with your character inheriting your grandfather's old farm in Pelican Town and leaving your boring corporate job behind to start a new life. The gameplay revolves around farming. You plant crops, water them, and harvest them to make money. But there's so much more to do. You can go mining for gems and ores, fish in different locations and seasons, raise animals like chickens and cows, and cook meals using ingredients you've grown. The town has many residents you can befriend and even marry by giving them gifts they like. Each person has their own personality and storylines that unfold as you get to know them. You can also restore the community center by completing bundles of items, which brings new areas and features to the town. The game runs on a day and season cycle, so different crops grow at different times, and events happen throughout the year. It's incredibly relaxing and addictive, perfect for playing in short sessions or long marathons. Animal Crossing New Horizons puts you on a deserted island with Tom Nook's getaway package, starting with just a tent and a few basic tools. The game runs in real time with your system clock, so when it's morning in real life, it's morning in the game. You gradually build up your island by collecting resources like wood and stone, crafting furniture and tools, and attracting animal villagers to move in. Each day brings new activities. You can catch bugs and fish to donate to the museum, dig up fossils, shop for clothes and items, and decorate your house and island however you want. The terraforming feature lets you reshape your island's rivers and cliffs completely. Seasonal events and updates keep adding new content throughout the year. You can visit friends' islands online or invite them to yours. There's no pressure or time limits. You just play at your own pace and create the island paradise you want. The villagers all have unique personalities and will become your virtual neighbors and friends. Mario Kart World on Nintendo Switch 2 is a racing game you'll keep going back to because it blends everything good from older Mario Kart games with exciting new stuff. You race as Mario characters in kart, motorcycle, snowmobile, and even more types of vehicles through familiar tracks and totally fresh environments. From lava volcanoes to flooded zones and busy city roads. One big change is the free roam feature. Instead of jumping straight into races, you can drive around an open world, find hidden paths, scenic spots, and jump into races whenever you want. Races can now have up to 24 players, doubling what older games did, which makes multiplayer chaotic in a fun way. The game also adds Knockout Tour, a mode where racers get eliminated at checkpoints, raising tension. Items, drifting, off-road jumps, and wall riding are all part of the fun. Unlockable costumes for your racers add customization, and the soundtrack is huge, with over 200 tracks, including remix versions of classic Mario tunes. It's fast, unpredictable, and creative, making it easy to spend hours mastering races, exploring, finding secrets, and trying to beat your friends. A brand new
entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively on
Unicorn Overlord is a tactical RPG where you lead a revolution to reclaim your kingdom from an evil empire that conquered it years ago. You play as a prince who was thought dead but returns with the power to recruit allies and build an army. The battle system uses real-time tactics where you command multiple units across large battlefields, with each unit containing several characters that fight automatically based on tactics you set beforehand. You can pause the action to give orders and reposition units, making it feel strategic without being overwhelming. Between battles, you explore towns and talk to people, some of whom will join your cause. You can also find new weapons and items to equip your army with. The story involves political intrigue, betrayal, and the cost of war, with multiple storylines that connect as you recruit more allies. The hand-drawn art style looks like a living painting, and the music fits the epic fantasy setting perfectly. Character relationships develop over time, affecting both the story and combat effectiveness.
Go. Strike them!
Give them nothing!
My magic is yours.
Pokémon Legends Arceus takes place in the ancient Hisui region, which later becomes the Sinnoh region from Diamond and Pearl. You're a trainer who falls through a space-time rift and must help create the first Pokédex by studying wild Pokémon behavior. The big change is that you can catch Pokémon directly in the overworld without battling them first. You sneak up and throw Pokéballs, though some will still require battles. The turn-based combat system now includes move styles where you can choose between strong and agile attacks that affect turn order. You explore large open areas filled with Pokémon roaming freely, each with different behaviors. Some are aggressive, others will run away, and some ignore you completely. Your base camp provides crafting stations where you make Pokéballs and healing items from materials you gather. Alpha Pokémon are extra large and powerful versions that provide tough challenges. The story involves time travel and the legendary Pokémon Arceus, with the player helping to establish the foundations of Pokémon training itself. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition on Nintendo Switch 2 brings you into Night City like never before, with the base game plus the Phantom Liberty expansion in one package. You play as V, a mercenary with cyber enhancements, roaming a massive neon-lit open world full of missions, factions, choices, and danger. The Switch 2 version uses motion controls, gyro aiming, and touchscreen or mouse-like inputs for menus and hacking minigames, so you can interact in ways that feel modern and immersive. Graphics modes let you choose between quality or performance, whether docked or handheld, so you can decide if you want sharper visuals or smoother frame rates. DLSS upscaling helps boost visuals without hurting smoothness. The game card is 64 gigabytes, containing all content so you can dive straight in. Night City's stories, side quest, character customization, skill builds, gear upgrades, and cyberware let you play your way. Between fast combat, stealth, hacking, driving, and exploration, there's always something new to try or master in this gritty future world that keeps pulling you back. Donkey Kong Bananza on Nintendo Switch 2 is a 3D platform action-adventure where you play as DK, Donkey Kong, exploring underground realms together with Pauline to recover stolen banana-shaped diamonds from villainous apes. The game mixes sandbox-style exploration, combat, puzzles, and lots of terrain destruction. Many environments are destructible, letting you break through walls, create shortcuts, reveal hidden areas, or reshape levels to find items. You can also transform using animal-themed forms powered by a meter. For example, speed-based, flight, strength transformations are possible with help from Pauline, who supports DK both in solo and cooperative play. Collecting Banandium gems by doing missions, solving environmental puzzles, exploring optional challenges or time-limited areas allows you to upgrade DK's skills through a skill tree. Bonus challenges like time attack doors, minecart, and side-scrolling segments add variety. There are large hub worlds with distinct biomes, jungles, caves, lava, etc., secrets hidden throughout, NPCs, some classic DK characters, and co-op modes where Pauline can help, attack, assist traversal. Pikmin 4 puts you in control of a tiny astronaut exploring a mysterious planet filled with giant creatures and obstacles. You command armies of small plant-like creatures called Pikmin who follow your orders and help you solve puzzles. Different colored Pikmin have different abilities. Red ones resist fire, blue ones can go underwater, and yellow ones conduct electricity. You use these abilities to clear paths, defeat enemies, and collect treasures scattered around each area. Your dog companion Ochi can carry you and your Pikmin around quickly and help in combat situations. The game has a day and night cycle where you must return to your ship before dark or risk losing Pikmin to nocturnal predators. Night expeditions let you explore caves with limited Pikmin for special rewards. The story follows your search for missing crew members while uncovering the planet's secrets. Time management is key as you only have limited daylight to accomplish your goals. The cute art style and relaxing gameplay make it perfect for players of all ages.
Oh, wow!
Persona 5 Royal follows a high school student who moves to Tokyo and discovers he can enter people's hearts to change their evil desires. You balance school life with dungeon crawling through palaces that represent corrupted adults' twisted minds. During the day, you attend classes, build friendships, and work part-time jobs to improve your character's stats. Combat is turn-based, where you summon creatures called personas to fight enemies, with a focus on exploiting weaknesses to get extra turns. You can collect and fuse hundreds of different personas to create powerful combinations. The calendar system means every day matters, as you choose how to spend your limited time between social activities and palace exploration. Your relationships with friends directly affect your combat abilities and unlock new story content. The game deals with serious themes like abuse of power and corruption in society while maintaining a stylish anime presentation. Boss battles require strategy and preparation as you face the shadow versions of corrupt adults. The story spans an entire school year with multiple twists and emotional character development.
It's been a while since we last, but this time...
Persona! Go down!
Celeste tells the story of Madeline, a young woman climbing a dangerous mountain while battling her own anxiety and self-doubt. The platforming requires precise jumping and air dashing through increasingly difficult obstacle courses filled with spikes, moving platforms, and other hazards. You can grab onto walls for a short time and dash through the air once before touching the ground again. The game introduces new mechanics gradually, like wind currents and bouncy crystals that refresh your dash ability. Each chapter presents a different area of the mountain with unique challenges and visual themes. Your worst enemy is often a dark version of yourself that represents negative thoughts and fears. The assist options let players adjust game speed and add extra dashes for those who want to experience the story without the intense difficulty. Collectible strawberries are hidden throughout levels for players who want extra challenges. The pixel art is beautiful and the music perfectly matches the emotional journey. Death sends you right back to try again with no penalty, encouraging you to keep attempting difficult sections until you succeed. Hollow Knight places you in the abandoned underground kingdom of Hallownest as a silent knight exploring ruins filled with infected creatures. You start with just a basic sword called a nail and gradually gain new abilities like wall jumping, dashing, and spellcasting as you explore deeper into the world. The combat focuses on timing your attacks and dodges while managing your soul meter, which powers both healing and magical spells. The interconnected world opens up new paths as you gain abilities, with secrets hidden behind breakable walls and hard-to-reach platforms. Boss battles are challenging encounters that test your mastery of the combat system and movement abilities. You piece together the tragic story of the kingdom through environmental storytelling and brief conversations with surviving NPCs. The hand-drawn art creates a beautiful but haunting atmosphere throughout the decaying kingdom. Charms can be equipped to customize your playstyle with different passive abilities and stat boosts. The map system requires you to find and buy maps for each area, then fill in details as you explore. Multiple endings reward thorough exploration and completion of optional content. Octopath Traveler 2 follows 8 different characters, each with their own story and abilities, in a fantasy world inspired by classic JRPGs. You can start with any character and gradually recruit the others as you explore the continent of Celestia. The turn-based combat system uses boost points that accumulate each turn, letting you power up attacks or use them multiple times for massive damage. Each character has a unique path action they can use in towns. Some can challenge NPCs to duels, others can steal items or recruit followers. The job system lets you mix and match abilities from different classes to create custom builds for each party member. Boss fights require strategy as you break enemy defenses by hitting them with their weakness types before dealing major damage. The HD 2D art style combines 2D sprites with 3D environments to create a unique visual presentation that looks like a living painting. Day and night cycles affect which NPCs are available and what path actions you can use.
Allow me.
What's our plan of attack? My speed shall strike through!
This isn't over.
Dragon Quest XI's tells the story of the Luminary, a chosen hero who must save the world from an ancient evil called the Dark One. You travel across a massive world with a party of colorful companions, each with their own abilities and personal storylines. The turn-based combat lets you move around during battles for better positioning while selecting attacks, spells, and items. Each character can learn abilities from different weapon types and skill trees, allowing for flexible party builds. The crafting system lets you forge better equipment using materials found throughout the world. Towns are filled with NPCs who have their own problems you can help solve through side quests that often have surprising depth. The monster designs are classic Dragon Quest creatures that fans will recognize from previous games. You can switch between 2D and 3D graphics modes at any time, with the 2D mode recreating the look of classic Dragon Quest games. Voice acting brings the characters to life during important story moments. The adventure spans multiple continents with varied environments, from snowy mountains to tropical islands.
Fight, fight, and fight some more!
Metroid Dread continues Samus Aran's story as she investigates reports of X-parasites on the remote planet ZDR. The gameplay combines precise platforming with combat as you navigate through interconnected alien environments. You start with limited abilities, but gradually unlock new weapons and movement options like the Morph Ball, Space Jump, and various beam weapons. The deadly EMMI robots hunt you through certain areas, creating intense stealth sections where you must hide and find alternate routes to escape. Combat feels fluid and responsive with a counterattack system that rewards good timing with powerful finishing moves. The map gradually fills in as you explore, showing save points, upgrade locations, and blocked paths that require specific abilities. Boss battles are challenging encounters that test your mastery of Samus's moveset and require pattern recognition to succeed. Environmental storytelling reveals the tragic history of the Chozo race and their connection to Samus's past. The game runs at a smooth 60 frames per second with detailed environments and smooth animations. Dead Cells puts you in control of an immortal prisoner escaping from a constantly changing prison island filled with deadly creatures and traps. Every time you die, the castle layout changes and you start over, but you keep some progression in the form of permanent upgrades and new weapon blueprints. The combat is fast and fluid, combining melee weapons, ranged attacks, and special abilities in combos that flow together naturally. You find new weapons and items throughout each run, with hundreds of different combinations possible between swords, whips, bows, shields, and magical abilities. The upgrade system lets you choose different stat builds each run, focusing on brutality for raw damage, tactics for traps and ranged combat, or survival for defensive play. Boss battles require learning attack patterns and adapting your strategy based on what equipment you found during that run. The pixel art animation is incredibly smooth and detailed, making every attack and movement feel satisfying. Between runs, you can spend cells you've collected to permanently unlock new weapons and abilities. Fire Emblem Three Houses puts you in the role of a teacher at a military academy where you guide students from one of 3 different houses through their studies and battles. You choose between the Black Eagles, Blue Lions, or Golden Deer, each with different students and storylines that dramatically change the overall plot. The tactical combat takes place on grid-based battlefields where positioning and weapon matchups determine success or failure. Students can be trained in different weapon types and classes, allowing you to customize their roles as cavalry, mages, archers, or heavy infantry. Between battles, you explore the monastery, talking to students and faculty while building relationships that affect both combat performance and story outcomes. The teaching system lets you focus on different skills for each student, helping them grow in the directions you choose. Combat includes permadeath, where fallen units are gone forever, though you can play on casual mode to avoid this pressure. The branching storyline means your choice of house leads to completely different conflicts and alliances in the second half of the game.
Good idea.
Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door follows Mario as he searches for Princess Peach and 7 crystal stars to open the legendary Thousand-Year Door. You explore different chapters that take you to unique locations like a wrestling arena, a train mystery, and a tropical island. The turn-based combat uses timing-based button presses to deal extra damage or reduce incoming attacks, making battles more engaging than typical RPGs. You can equip badges that give Mario new abilities, stat boosts, or special attacks, allowing for different build strategies. Your party members include a Goomba, Koopa, and other characters who each have unique field abilities and combat moves. The paper-thin art style lets Mario slip through cracks, roll up into a tube, and fold into a paper airplane to reach new areas. Boss battles require strategy and good timing to exploit enemy weaknesses. The story has humor and personality with memorable NPCs and dialogue that keeps you entertained between battles. Side quests and optional content provide extra challenges and rewards for thorough exploration. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate brings together over 80 fighters from different video game franchises to battle on various stages. You can play local matches with up to 8 players or compete online against people around the world. Each fighter has their own moveset based on their original games, from Mario's fireballs to Link's sword and shield combat. The controls are simple with just a few buttons, but mastering each character's combos and techniques takes time and practice. Adventure Mode tells an original story where you rescue fighters from an evil force while exploring a large overworld map. Classic Mode gives each character their own unique series of battles with themed opponents and stages. You can customize rules for matches, choosing items, stage hazards, and win conditions to create your perfect fighting experience. The game includes over 100 stages from various video game worlds, each with their own music and visual style. Training Mode helps you learn combos and practice techniques against dummy opponents. Regular updates have added new fighters and balance changes to keep the competitive scene fresh. Monster Hunter Rise puts you in the role of a hunter protecting Kamura Village from dangerous creatures called monsters. You use various weapon types like swords, hammers, bows, and gun lances, each with completely different movesets and strategies. Before each hunt, you prepare by crafting items, eating meals for stat buffs, and choosing the right equipment for your target monster. The new wire bug system lets you zip around environments and perform special attacks that weren't possible in previous games. Your Palamute dog companion can carry you around maps quickly, while your Palico cat helps in combat and gathering. Each monster has unique behaviors, attack patterns, and weak points that you must learn to hunt effectively. You craft better armor and weapons from materials carved from defeated monsters, creating a satisfying progression loop. The Hub Village provides quests, shops, and facilities to upgrade your gear between hunts. Multiplayer lets you team up with 3 other hunters to take down the toughest monsters together. The Japanese-inspired setting and soundtrack create a unique atmosphere compared to other entries in the series. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 follows soldiers from 2 warring nations who discover they've been manipulated into eternal conflict by a greater evil. You control a party of 6 characters who can switch between different classes and roles during real-time combat. The battle system combines auto attacks with special arts that have cooldown timers, requiring strategic timing and positioning. Characters can perform chain attacks together for massive damage when certain conditions are met. The massive open world areas are filled with side quests, hidden treasures, and powerful optional bosses to discover. Your party members come from the 2 previous Xenoblade games, bringing their stories to a conclusion in this trilogy finale. The class system lets any character learn abilities from different jobs, allowing for flexible party customization. Combat involves managing aggro, healing, and buff-debuff effects while positioning your party for maximum effectiveness. The story deals with themes of war, identity, and breaking free from systems of control across a 100+ hour adventure. Hades puts you in the role of Zagreus, son of the god of death, as he tries to escape the underworld to find his missing mother. Each escape attempt is a roguelike run through randomly generated rooms filled with enemies and rewards. You choose from 4 different weapon types that completely change your combat approach, from fast twin blades to a long-range bow. During runs, you receive boons from various Olympic gods that modify your abilities, with effects like lightning damage or improved dash attacks. The permanent progression system lets you upgrade your character between runs using resources you collect, making you stronger over time. Death is part of the story. When you die, you return to the House of Hades, where you can talk to NPCs and advance multiple storylines. The relationship system with dozens of characters provides motivation beyond just reaching the surface. Voice acting brings every character to life with excellent performances and witty dialogue.
Dead to the last.
The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom continues Link's adventure in Hyrule as he investigates mysterious phenomena causing the land to change and Princess Zelda to disappear. The game adds sky islands above Hyrule and underground depths below, tripling the size of the explorable world. New abilities include Ultra Hand for building vehicles and contraptions, Fuse for combining weapons with objects, and Ascend for traveling through ceilings. The building system lets you create cars, boats, flying machines, and complex mechanical devices using materials found throughout the world. Combat now involves fusing items to weapons for unique effects and increased durability, solving the weapon breaking complaints from the previous game. Shrines return as puzzle challenges that test your creativity with the new abilities in clever ways. The story involves ancient Hyrule's history and a threat that existed long before Calamity Ganon. Boss battles require using your building abilities creatively along with traditional combat skills. The physics engine allows for emergent gameplay where creative solutions often work better than obvious approaches.
Ah.
Metroid Prime Remastered brings the classic GameCube adventure to modern platforms with updated graphics and controls. You play as bounty hunter Samus Aran, exploring the planet Talon 4 after receiving a distress signal from a space pirate research facility. The first-person perspective combines shooting with platforming as you navigate through interconnected alien environments. You start with basic equipment, but gradually unlock new weapons, visors, and abilities that let you access previously blocked areas. The scan visor lets you examine objects and enemies to learn more about the world's lore and find hidden weaknesses. Combat involves lock-on targeting and circle strafe movement while managing different weapon types for various enemy vulnerabilities. Boss battles are multi-phase encounters that require pattern recognition and proper weapon selection to succeed. The Morph Ball sections provide a unique perspective as you roll through narrow tunnels and solve ball-based puzzles. Environmental storytelling reveals the tragic fate of the Chozo civilization through scan logs and visual details.
Recorded to logbook.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe features anti-gravity racing where you can drive on walls and ceilings, completely changing traditional kart racing expectations. You choose from 42 different characters and customize your vehicle with different kart bodies, wheels, and gliders that affect your stats. The item system provides power-ups like shells, mushrooms, and stars that help you attack opponents or gain speed advantages. With 48 total tracks including DLC, there's incredible variety from classic courses to entirely new designs with dynamic elements. Battle mode returns with dedicated arenas and multiple game types like balloon battle and coin runners. Local multiplayer supports up to 4 players on one console, while online races feature feature up to 12 participants. The Drift Boost system rewards skilled cornering with speed boosts that stack for even greater acceleration. Smart steering and auto-accelerate options make the game accessible for younger or less experienced players. Each track has 3 difficulty levels for time trials, providing long-term challenges for perfectionists. The game runs at 60 frames per second in both docked and handheld modes with instant loading times between races. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild places Link in a massive open world where he awakens from a century-long sleep to find Hyrule in ruins. You can climb almost any surface and glide across vast distances, giving you complete freedom in how you explore and approach objectives. The physics system creates emergent gameplay where fire spreads naturally, metal conducts electricity, and objects behave realistically. Combat involves weapon durability management as gear breaks with use, forcing you to constantly find and experiment with new equipment. The cooking system lets you combine ingredients to create meals that provide temporary stat boosts and special effects. Weather affects gameplay, with rain making surfaces slippery and lightning targeting metal equipment during storms. Shrine puzzles test your problem-solving skills using the 4 rune abilities: Bombs, Magnesis, Stasis, and Cryonis. The story is told through recovered memories as you piece together what happened during the Great Calamity. You can tackle the 4 divine beasts in any order or even skip them entirely to fight the final boss immediately.
Urbosa's Fury is ready.
Super Mario Odyssey takes Mario on a globe-trotting adventure through various kingdoms as he chases Bowser, who plans to marry Princess Peach against her will. The capture mechanic lets Mario throw his hat companion Cappy to possess enemies and objects, gaining their unique abilities and completely changing how you interact with each level. You collect power moons hidden throughout each kingdom, with over 800 total moons providing incredible amounts of content and secrets to discover. Each kingdom has a unique theme and set of challenges, from the urban New Donk City to the spooky Luncheon Kingdom filled with lava and fire. Mario's moveset is the most complex in series history, with dozens of advanced techniques that skilled players can chain together for incredible mobility. The costume system lets you dress Mario in outfits themed to each kingdom, with some areas requiring specific costumes for access. Boss battles against the Brutals and Bowser himself are creative multi-phase encounters that use the capture mechanic in clever ways. Post-game content adds even more challenging moons and opens up new areas within existing kingdoms. Those are my top 30 perfect 10 out of 10 games on Nintendo Switch. Each one of these games earned their spot by being absolutely amazing in their own way. What games would you put on your perfect list? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more Nintendo Switch content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.